Hello YouTube, and today we're going to be doing a tool bag tour. This is good for apprentices and new plumbers to find out what is good inside your plumbing kit bag. Let's get into this and find out what we've got inside. So starting off with this Wearer screwdriver set. I've only had this about a year, but it has been probably the best thing I've ever bought because it has every single attachment, every single screwdriver that you're going to need for most jobs. So you've got your flat, your posi, your Phillips and your hex torque bits. You've also got all the adjustable wrench sizes from, I think it's like 6mm all the way up to 13mm, different drill bit sets, an adjustable spanner, and the handle and VDE screwdriver. So that's what I take into every job when I greet the customer at the door. Next is my main backpack tool bag. This is the tech pack from Vito. It was about £230 about 4 or 5 years ago, and it's been a very sturdy thing apart from the zips breaking. First tool is a nice sturdy hammer that I put on the side. Now looking inside the tool bag, I have arranged this. It's not normally this tidy, I'm not going to lie to you. So starting off with a big set of adjustable grips. These are my grips that I use, the Nipex ones, but these are also my Temu ones, about the same size. As you can see, I've got plenty of adjustables. You do collect them over the years, but you probably only do need one for starting out. I'd probably go with one big set. They are more pricey, to £40 to £50, but at least you've got the biggest size for your pump valves. Next, your adjustable spanners. Once again, different sizes, different brands, tried them all, but I'd go with a Barco. They're a very good solid brand and most plumbers do recommend them. I've also got these spanners. So a 17mm spanner fits a 10mm nut that I find very useful for most industrial work. This one's got a little ratchet set in it that helps get in tight spots. There's also this split ring one at the bottom you can see that does 22mm nuts and 15mm nuts. Doesn't do every one, but most common brands. Next is a file. This is good for filing off bits of solder or just cleaning up pipes in general, ready to solder or put fittings on. Next, very important, is a radiator key. This is good for getting old fashioned radiator valve tails onto your radiator. Very important. Couple of quid, well worth the money. Little boat level or a scaffolding level is also very good to have in your bag. Now this is a PVC pipe cutter for your solvent well pipe or your push fit pipe. Very good, collapses down and fits nice and neatly in your bag. You just close it with your hands onto the pipe and twist a couple of turns. What else have we got in the bag? We have got this, a little Rory wrecking bar I call. Get your nails out and use it as a little hammer as well. Very good and useful. Other things that I've got in is a small pair of grips like so. And these are my tap spanner sets for your monoblock taps. Very important. It also pairs with a tap reseating tool to clean those seats up and put a new washer on that tap. Bread and butter jobs, but it's definitely a must have. In this little pocket we do have our little drill bit sets that you can put inside a little wrench or end of a certain screwdriver or your impact driver. It's got flat bits, posi bit, PZ1 bits, all the bits you need to get you out of trouble. You do come across a lot of flathead screws in this game. So let's put all these back in randomly. I'm not going to do it properly now. Chuck these in and we'll get into the little pockets. What else I've got inside my bag. So we'll just chuck all these in here quickly and we'll get onto the little pocket here. This green little pouch, we're starting off with some emery cloth, but in this green little pouch is my silicone smoothing tools. I'm not very good at siliconing with my finger, so I use them and they do a good finish. Got a 20mm tile bit for drilling holes out, more abrasive cloth for cleaning your pipes, little bits of odds and sods compression fittings and nuts and olives. And then in this next pouch, let's zip that up. In here, you've got the little band that goes to the top of the bag, but most importantly, all my pipe cutters. 22, another 22. I've also got a 28. So you've got two 22s, one 28, and a 15, another 15, and a 10mm. 10mm very common these days with new builds going up. I've also got Loctite, bungs for washing machine traps, and a speed fit cap just in case those emergencies, but they just live in there. Once again, these are all must-haves if you're starting out in the plumbing game. Let's just put these back and spin the bag round to the back. So that's the front of the bag. Now if we just turn the bag round, it does have two compartments. If we just unhook this hook here and undo the back. Once again, what I'll say is gloves that I've got in my hands are once again very important. Something else that's very important is your paste. Some PVC cutters for cutting plastic pipe and barrier pipe, very important once again. Rothenberger ones, they are about £40–50. They are quite expensive. You can get cheaper ones. A good knife, that is also a must-have, is a good knife like this one. That just clips on there. As you can see, I've got a tape measure. You always need a tape measure. Measure twice, cut once. Everyone will tell you that. Some HEP 2O release tools. I only use HEP 2O. If I don't use HEP 2Os, I'll use Speed Fit. A plumb thumb to put over radiators to stop any black stuff inside the radiators coming out. And a big tub of Loctite 5.5. I don't use PTFE very often. I use Loctite. An array of screwdrivers that I've collected over the years, you can tell. All different colours, shapes and sizes. But you'll only need a posi 2 and probably a few flat-headed ones. In here I've got an olive remover, so you screw this onto your nut and it will remove the olive, pulling it up. And then in here, like my emergency section, I've got 22mm caps, 3/4 caps when you remove radiators, bungs for when you bung a tank and take a radiator off, all sorts of stuff just to get me out of trouble that I've got them with me, just in case things go wrong, or just in case I don't want to go to the van. There and there. So that is most of the stuff in my bag. In the little pouch at the front, I've got fibre washers, rubber washers, pump washers. Nothing exciting. I don't really kit it out too much, but that's all in there. Nothing exciting. Something else that if you're starting out, I highly recommend. That is a flexible tub, and with that, I suggest taking a big blue roll, clean up any spillages or trying to find a leak, and some wipes. After every job, the floor gets a wipe, and I know that the customer knows that I'm done and I've left the place tidy. If this video has helped, please leave a like and a comment on how you would kit your bag, and if anything I've missed. But please subscribe, and there'll be more content like this coming your way very shortly.